Hey everyone, we continue our Minecraft adventure, and in this series I'm going to be showing you the Anvil mechanics. I think the more on enchanting, and let's see how it goes, and we'll take it from there. So first up, I want to show you some updates. So I have made a new sword for myself, which I call the Sharp Diamond Looter, which I have looting 3, sharpness 4, mending, and knockback 1. Theoretically, you can have even more powerful swords, but it's good enough for me for now. And because it has um, mending and sharpness 4 and looting, it makes it also perfect for the spawner farm, monster spawner farm, which we built in the previous episode. Because then I kill the monsters much faster, and they drop a ton of items for which I don't have space, but you get the idea. The bow, which has the infinity enchant, it is not allowed to have mending, so it is not repairable. So I'm using it now until it's destroyed, and then I will make a non-infinity bow because I've gotten a ton of arrows from my skeleton farm, which we can use then a mending bow. But first I have two infinity bows which I need to use, and or at least this one we need to use, and then I can switch to the power 4 bow with mending enchants and so forth. Then I made a Dwarven diamond axe which has fortune 2, efficiency 4, unbreaking 3, and mending, which is great for anything to do with chopping wood and so forth. And I made a Dwarven diamond pickaxe. So the names I just invented myself. It doesn't matter what the names are. I just thought it's fun. Dwarven diamond pickaxe, efficiency 4, unbreaking 3, fortune 3, and mending. So I'm actually using this fortune pickaxe as my main pickaxe, as it gets damaged by breaking regular stones and so forth. Then it gets healed up when I pick up coal or redstone or anything of the sort. So normally now the sword, the axe, and the pickaxe, they should not break anymore. The shovel I have not made. I don't know if I'll make it. It's relatively easy for me to buy a new diamond shovel from the villagers, so I'll think about that later. But what I am looking now is at my Silk Touch axe. It is iron, but it's good enough as a secondary. It doesn't have to be diamond, because I'm building that massive construction in the village with glass, and I need to change the locations of the glass, and for that you need Silk Touch not to break the glass. And so I want to make this Silk Touch into a secondary good axe to use. And all these books that you see, I basically ran to the monster spawner, got my experience up to something like what I have now, level 37, and then I enchanted it up until I'm below level 30, and I did that several times, and I gathered all these different books to use in Anvil enchanting. I also have a diamond pickaxe unbreaking to Silk Touch, and a diamond pickaxe efficiency 4. These are both prepared to be a second pickaxe with Silk Touch, because Silk Touch cannot be combined with Fortune, and therefore you need to have a secondary one with Silk Touch for special needs. So I either need to put Silk Touch, and I do have a Silk Touch book somewhere here. Let me see. I have only one of those that I saw, and I know one of my villagers also sells it, so if anything I can buy from him. But I do have this one Silk Touch book. Let's put that next to the axe. So I could put the Silk Touch on this efficiency 4, which is pretty good. I think the highest is efficiency 5, but 4 is good enough. And or I can use this one which already has Silk Touch and put other stuff on it. And the other stuff is not so many things, so you basically need mending, which I have several mending books because of trading with the librarian, which I showed in previous episodes. Unbreaking is good, but not super necessary if you put the mending on it. And as you see here, about 4 enchants you need on on a pickaxe. So if you already have the Silk Touch, then I just need the Unbreaking and Efficiency. So Unbreaking, I haven't found a good unbreaking book. So let's actually try right now. Let's take a bunch of books, a bunch of lapis. My new cleric in the village is fantastic. I'm buying all the lapis from him so I don't have to find it underground. And here is the anvil that I used. We'll take it out. Actually, let's do that now. Let's take it out. So let's first look at what kind of luck we have with the enchants here. We have feather falling, blast protection. We could use this on armor, so let's take that. That's gonna cost us 3 levels, so now we're at 34. Let's take another book. Power 4, punch 1, and protection. I will actually take punch 1 for the bow because I already have power 4, so that's gonna cost us 2. Oh, and he got power 3 with it. Okay. I do have the bow at power 4, so that's going to be wasted anyway. Alright, so then we have level 32, sharpness 3, power 1, and unbreaking 1. Since my sword is already sharpness 4, I don't need to take a sharpness 3, so let's take unbreaking 1. Those can be combined also together. Unbreaking 1 can make an unbreaking 2. And let's see, I now have 31, sharpness 3, feather falling 3 is nice. Let's take, although I do have boots with feather falling, so I could either use this one. Let me think what's the best, to reset it or feather falling 3. Okay, let's reset it. I have diamond boots with feather falling 3, so let's reset piercing 1. And since I'm 30, the last one, infinity. That's good, but that does not combine with mending. Piercing, knockback. But I'll take it just to have it, in case I need it in the future. Okay, so not big luck for the books this time. I'll place them. Piercing, infinity, blast protection. Punch is good, I'll keep it here. Punch is like a knockback, but for the bows, I think. Unbreaking 1, those can be maybe made into a unbreaking 2. Do I have another unbreaking? I have an efficiency 3, that's nice. Efficiency 1. And knockback, I don't want to get the knockback 2. It's hitting back too far back. So, all right, we can use the anvil to combine the unbreakings into an unbreaking 2, and then we can use one mending book to make this silk touch repairable. Silk touch efficiency 4. Then we'll use the unbreaking 2 that we'll get from these books, and let's take one mending. How many do I have left on mending? 1, 2, 3. 3 is good. I'll buy more from the villagers. Something of this sort. So let's install the anvil. Alright, there we go. Let's first go with unbreaking 1. That gives unbreaking 2, costs 2 levels. Alright, that book is done. Then let's try to put unbreaking 2 and mending. Cost 3, and what if I turn them around? Mending and breaking. Okay, cost is still 3. It doesn't seem to matter which way, and that will make a book mending and unbreaking 2. And that book we can combine together with our iron silk touch efficiency 4 to make a silk touch efficiency 4 mending unbreaking 2 secondary axe, which is good, and we'll change it to a silk, because that's the main purpose of this axe. So let's call it soft iron axe to indicate the silk touch. There we go. So now we have this good axe to use as a secondary one to break anything that we don't want to destroy, let's say, by a regular axe, like glass. So that's that. Ideally, I also want to have a silk touch pickaxe, but right now, as you can see, my experience has dropped to level 14, and that's not enough. So we're gonna break the anvil. Something I don't know, I know that the anvil gets damaged and destroyed over time if you leave it, and I don't know if it continues getting destroyed if it's in the chest, which is why I'm breaking it and putting it in the chest. I'm hoping that it doesn't get damaged over time. So we can keep this silk touch on us for now, and that's for the anvil. Now other stuff I wanted to show, so I made a really nice discovery. Let's go down here. Bags are good. I also need to make good armors, for which I also need to get more levels and so forth. I made a good discovery, which I want to show you now. One quick new thing to share: I created a second platform for a second statue. I haven't started building the statue yet, because I need more pink wool specifically. So what we could do is, let's grab some wheat, because I can show you how to do that as well, to specifically focus on one specific wool type. So if you grab the wheat for feeding, but then you choose which sheep to feed, you can control which colors you want, and that does not use dyes. So let's find our pink sheep. So I have one here and I have one here. So if we feed this pink, I don't know if I clicked correctly. If we try to feed specifically, they're not letting me, specifically the pink ones, then you'll have a guaranteed pink sheep. So like this one right here. We have those birds attacking again. Let's see if we have some more pinks we can feed. I don't know if I'm managing to click it. There are many. Let's try this pinks over here. These birds are so annoying. I should sleep, but I don't want to. Okay, I'll just click around the pink. Hopefully I'll get it. It's okay, let them hit me a couple of times. It's not a big deal. That's okay, that's okay. You go away. Right, so that pink has been fed. The sun is coming up, so the birds will go away. That pink has been fed, and that one as well. So these guys, there, go away. Now the shears are not with me, so I cannot. Come on, let me out. Sheep don't want to let me out, so I cannot. I couldn't shear it straight away, so let's do that now. And the sun is coming up, so the birds will go away. We'll leave the wheat here and grab the shears. Burn, but burn, burn, but bird, burn. Alright, so we can grab all this nice wool to use for anything you need to use, and I'll be doing a statue, so I'll need all the wood. I'm making them from wool. I know some people are using colored concrete, but I haven't gotten to do that. The main reason I think for using colored concrete instead of wool is because wool is flammable and concrete isn't. But I think for statues it doesn't really matter, because who's going to burn the statue up there on the platform? I don't know. So let's get... I think I have enough sheep, so I don't really want to feed them, because there are already very many. If necessary, I'll just more control their colors by using dyes, different dyes. But specialized colors like that light blue one that you saw, or the pink, those take several dye combinations to make, which is why I don't have too many of them. Alright, so we'll take what we got. I think I got most of them. They're still regrowing their wool, because there's a lot of grass blocks after I fix the grass issue. Alright, we got a heap of wool. You can see in the back we got all this wool from that run, and the grass, as I showed before, it's now fixed from both sides, so the grass is regrowing very well. So that is done. Also, we can put the wool in our wool chest. And next I want to show you that really cool discovery I made, which is on this side. Wow, a lot of pumpkins and stuff. Oh, I also have to show you my new farm construction, which I did first time with pistons and so forth. Let me just grab these pumpkins. These are all very useful for trading with villagers. But I'm slowly transitioning to an automatic farm. But I want to see how it works first, because the manual farms actually yield a lot more fruit than the automatic ones. Just the benefit of the automatic ones is that you don't have to do anything, but they also are very expensive in resources to build. So over here I have built a small automatic farm, which is using pistons, which are these ones over here, these pistons. We can check the chest. I have one pumpkin gathered only so far. So what happens with these pistons is that they're connected with this redstone line, which is going back to the back of the observer, which took me a moment to figure out, because I was connecting the observer from the top, from the side, it wasn't working, and then I realized the line has to come to the back. So what happens is I have made a bamboo, a sugar cane right up front, and that's controlling when the pistons will shoot. So the pumpkins, because this is a relatively new farm, the pumpkin seeds have not fully grown yet, so we have to wait for that to happen first. But this one has grown, which is probably why I have one pumpkin here. So these seeds will make pumpkins on the sides, and this is not super efficient because for the seeds to give the most amount of pumpkins, they need to have 4 squares free around them, and these seeds don't. These seeds have only 2. But anyhow, what will happen is pumpkins will appear in these free spaces, and when the sugarcane grows up to the observer will trigger will make a signal, and all the pistons will shoot at the same time. So whatever pumpkins are here when the sugarcane grows, those will be hit and will go into the chest. Let me grab some sugarcane to show you the signaling mechanism. Anyhow, these guys seem to have grown, so it's time to harvest, more or less. But still, manual ones of course generate a lot more resources, and it's not really difficult to gather them. The problem with this all the redstone structures is all these things like pistons and so forth, they're using iron to build. So that's why I call it very expensive, because everything requires iron and other resources to build. Although it's not huge amounts, it's something. So for example here, if I grab this sugarcane and we pretend like this sugarcane is growing by itself. Let's go up there so that you can see the pistons working. So once I put the third block, as if it's grown, you'll see all these pistons will shoot. Boom. So there we go, one more time, boom. So, and that's the idea of the farm. Once the sugar cane normally grows fast, so once it comes up, all the whatchamacallit, pistons will hit. But there is a natural loss, like you see these sugar canes are falling in the wrong places. Those you will lose. And so that's why the automatic farms also yield less resources, because they have some loss. But whatever you do get, it comes automatically to the chest. And you see the bamboo here. Why? Because I initially made it with bamboo, so that because bamboo grows even faster. But I want to test it first with sugar cane, because I also need sugarcane. So the bamboo I don't need so much, which is why I just switched it to sugarcane. Although it could work with bamboo better, because bamboo grows faster, and so the pistons will go faster and move the pumpkins. But this is still to be tested. I'm sure it will work. It's just a question of how efficient it will work. So that's the thing. Alrighty, so that's something new that I wanted to show you as well. I'm also going to expand that farm, and we'll do that in another episode. Let's just prepare the resources for the chest together. Here I have already gathered one massive chest to trade with to take to the village for trading, and now the second chest is being filled up. Alright, now for the last cool thing that I wanted to share with you, a really nice discovery. Actually, since I'm here, let's take these which are on the way. I love grabbing these. Every fourth melon is 1 emerald, and every fifth or sixth one pumpkin is 1 emerald. Also, I see these farms already. I can pick those up later. Alright, so when I was running to my to the abandoned mine, which as I was always saying is 1 breath away swimming, I was going all the way down there, getting into the abandoned mine and going down deep into the mine, and with the signs that I've put all the way down into those area with the spawners where we built the farm from the 2 spawners. But look at what I have discovered. So what I did is, then when I finished those farms, I figured, I'm curious what will happen if I dig straight up from my spawner farm. And I dug and I dug and dug. It was very deep, but finally I came out here, right in front of the house. So what happens now is, if I want to go to my farm, I go here, and here it's scaffolding, so I just go down the scaffolding. It's a bit deep, but it's fast. Down, that's the 1 level of abandoned mine, and here we come out in the abandoned mine next to the straight at the farm. So all I have to do now is just come down here, and here is the spider farm, and here is the skeleton farm. So once I arrive, they will get a signal that the player is here, and they will start spawning. It takes a moment to get them going, but there, your first spider sounds. There they come. Hey buddy, hey buddy. There we go, and we can chop them and get experience. So note I have level 15 at the moment, and very quickly we will go up several levels of experience. So we hit, and since we have this double monster spawner, I can hit both sides and get a lot more experience than a single spawner would. So whichever side is ready, just bang it. With priority to the spiders, cave spiders, because the cave spiders give a lot more experience. So just this bit, I can already, what we'll do also is we'll put our new soft iron axe instead of the shield. So now it's on the left side, and look at its durability at the bottom left. I'll approach this experience blobs, and the axe will start healing to the maximum. But I first need to kill the spiders to do that. And since my diamond sword is also together with mending and sharpness 4, it's we're killing these guys really fast. Alright, these spiders, it needs to be clear for me to come closer, otherwise they'll poison me. Alright, watch now the durability of the axe. Boom, it's fully healed up, and my level is up to 18 already just from that. So that's how you do it. It's fantastic. Now next with the Dwarven Pickaxe we can do. Just hold it in your other hand, and see skeletons are being killed and their experience blobs are coming to me. Healing both the sword and the axe. There we go. There's a slow armored skeleton. Level 18. I got too close. Come on, spiders, come on, wake up. Jumping does help sometimes because they cannot see me, but if I jump they can see me, so they become more active, let's call it like that. From down there they can see and start jumping, trying to get to me. There we go. Whichever side has the monsters you're hitting, so that you're always hitting somebody. There we go. Spiders. I can still further improve the efficiency of the spider farm, because still some spiders get stuck. But I also don't want to waste too much time on it. It works perfectly fine now. Doesn't have to be super duper efficient. They're getting stuck on the left stone over there, I think. But not too many, 1 or 2. I've basically fixed the issue by large. They're taking the experience. The pickaxe should be healing. I see the durability has risen. And there we go. Lots of items. Lots of experience. Both sides are reloading the monsters. Let's get the spiders first. And this sword is looting 3, so the bag gets filled up actually very fast. There we go. Wow, a lot of spiders gathered up. Welcome, welcome. All the spiders are welcome. I think this would be better even without any knockback on the sword. But I don't want to make two. Maybe in the future I can make 2 swords. One for farming and one for fighting outside. But it's just easier to have 1 sword. Let's jump around here, trigger some spiders. Hey buddy. Come up, good boy. There, and the pickaxe is fully repaired now. And look at all the loot I gathered just in this very short amount of time. And we can also put the Dwarven diamond axe. It's also it has a little bit of damage on it. Oh, he dropped a gold chest plate, I think. More experience, more items, tons of arrows. Now I know there are other farm designs where you bring the monster's health very low so that you hit once and they die, but you'd have to make it a bigger space you'd have to make it like give them a drop. Finally I got this bat. It was always irritating and flying away. Come on. But it's also quite fast. With a good sword they die fast. So those larger designs, they have to dig a big hole, have the monsters drop in that hole to take damage, and then in case of spiders have them climb back up, which I think takes a lot more time for the monsters to do all those things. But it's fine as well. For me the main thing is that stuff doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to work. So now I get so many of these items I don't even know what to do with them. And so for example, the spider eye, there is nothing to do with it, but the strings I'm gathering now to take to the village, because I saw that the Fletcher profession of the villagers, he has a possibility to trade strings for emeralds, so that's going to be great. I can use the strings, but the spider eyes, I have a lot more than can be used in the game right now. So the Dwarven axe has been fully restored as well. So that way I wanted to show you how we repair stuff. That chest plate we will smelt into golden nuggets. And we are at level 23. There we go. Alright, I'm not gonna stay here much longer. Let's just kill the last spiders and move on. I just wanted to show you about my cool discovery that the my monster farm is right next to. Let's take any extra stuff we can take. That it's right next to the house. So to go out also, I just climb out of that killing room. And I come up to my scaffolding and I go up through all the levels of the abandoned mine and all the way up to the fresh air. You see, I have dug 2 by 2 because you don't want to dig up straight. You always want to make sure there is nothing above you. So you dig the side hole and only then you go up. Then you dig the side hole and then you go up. So here, these farms I have to collect as well. And the massive bamboo farm, I very rarely use it because I have so much bamboo that I'm not getting it used. So one thing we can do straight away is go to the furnace and toss in the gold chest plate. That'll turn into nuggets. The extra bows you can make into a dispenser. Where was it? What am I missing for it? I'm missing something for it. Let's have a look. Dropper, dispenser. I'm missing redstone. Let's grab some redstone. There we go. Furnace, dropper. It doesn't want to show it to me. Dispenser. Cobblestone. No, I have that. A bow. Okay. Wait, that's weird. I normally have everything. I have the cobblestone, I have the redstone, and the bow. Or maybe I don't have space. Maybe that's the issue. Let's drop some of the arrows. Arrows. So all these arrows I have from that farm. And I literally don't have space for more stuff, so we can drop anything we don't need. There we go, not to forget to wear the shields. Drop the food. Now something else you can do is the enchanted, that's something else I can show actually now. The enchanted items you can disenchant first before using them. So here I have built a grindstone and I stuck it to the ceiling. What you can do is you can take the enchanted bow and watch the experience here. I have 3 spots left, level 23. If I disenchant it, okay, it's so little it's not visible. You get some of this experience out of it and you get a regular bow. Because those enchanted items we don't need anyways with their low enchants. So coming back to the dispenser, what is its problem? So it needs a bow in the center, a redstone here, and a cobblestone all around. So let's take, that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm out of cobblestone. Here. I don't know why the recipe is not working, but there, we made 4 dispensers out of the extra bows because there's not too much else you can do with them. They can be used as fuel, but they're horrible fuel sources, so I'm making dispensers. Maybe we'll need it at some point in the future, or I'm tossing them out. So that's that. So I showed you a lot of things in this episode, so we will continue in the next one.